Cognitive biases are a natural part of human thinking, but they can sometimes lead to misunderstandings and miscommunications in our interactions with others. In this video, we'll explore some of the most common cognitive biases and how they can affect the way we communicate. 1. What are cognitive biases? Before we dive into how cognitive biases impact communication, let's first define what they are. Cognitive biases are mental shortcuts or tendencies that can influence our judgment and decision-making. They are often the result of our brains trying to process information quickly, but can sometimes lead to errors in our thinking. There are numerous types of cognitive biases, but two of the most common are confirmation bias and availability bias. Confirmation bias occurs when we seek information that confirms our existing beliefs, and availability bias occurs when we place more weight on information that is easily accessible to us. 2. How do cognitive biases impact communication? One way that cognitive biases can affect communication is by causing us to misinterpret the intentions or messages of others. For example, if we have a confirmation bias, we might interpret someone's statement as confirming our own beliefs, even if that wasn't their intention. Another way that cognitive biases can impact communication is by causing us to overlook important information or perspectives. If we have an availability bias, for instance, we might focus only on the information that is most readily available to us, rather than considering a broader range of perspectives. 3. Examples of cognitive biases in communication. One common example of cognitive bias in communication is the halo effect, where we tend to attribute positive qualities to people we like or admire, even if they haven't necessarily demonstrated those qualities. This can lead us to overlook negative aspects of their behavior or communication. Another example of cognitive bias in communication is the fundamental attribution error, where we tend to attribute other people's behavior to their personality or character, rather than situational factors. This can lead us to make incorrect assumptions about people's motivations or intentions. 4. Overcoming cognitive biases in communication. Now that we've explored some of the ways that cognitive biases can impact communication, let's talk about how we can overcome them. One of the most important things we can do is to be aware of our own biases and actively work to challenge them. This might involve seeking out information that contradicts our existing beliefs or perspectives, or trying to view situations from multiple angles. Another important strategy for overcoming cognitive biases in communication is to practice active listening. This involves truly listening to what the other person is saying, without making assumptions or jumping to conclusions. By taking the time to truly understand someone else's perspective, we can overcome our own biases and communicate more effectively. In addition, we can practice cognitive flexibility, which involves being adaptable and willing to modify our beliefs or viewpoints in light of new evidence or experiences. This allows us to approach communication with an open mind and a willingness to learn. In conclusion, cognitive biases are a natural part of human thinking, but they can have a significant impact on communication. By understanding the ways that cognitive biases can affect our interactions with others, we can work to overcome them and communicate more effectively. Remember to challenge your own biases and practice active listening, and you'll be well on your way to becoming a more effective communicator. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.